This is Dr. Raj Lakshmi Darbari, and I've written this book on the knowledge of love and healing. Now, many people are asking me, what is the meaning of the knowledge of love? Now, if you want to fall in love, if you want to feel that love, if you want to marry your soulmate, then you have to understand what is love and what is going to be the feelings and how are you going to recognize your soulmate. Now, there is a theory that somewhere down the line in this world, God has made your soulmate for you. Now, when we enter this world, we are born into this world. Marriage is one of the most important aspects of our life. Now, how are we going to deal with it? Today, the youngsters are asking questions. How do I find my soulmate? Mummy, Daddy, are you going to help us there? Or do we have to do this on our own? The actual fact is, mother, father, sister, brothers, uncles and aunts all can help you, but eventually the choice becomes yours. Now, how do we find our soulmate? First and foremost, what you have to understand is that you have to believe within your own heart and your mind and your soul that your soulmate exists out there. And if you believe that, then you'll be able to find it. But if you don't believe it, and you want to take marriage as something, as a lustful marriage as we call, because you want to marry someone who is very rich, or you want to marry someone who can provide you with a good piece of property, a nice car and some jewelry, or whatever it is, the luxuries of life, then your marriage is not going to be with your soulmate. It's going to be with someone who can provide you like a sugar daddy. Now, when we talk of soulmate, now the most important thing is, how are you going to recognize your soulmate? This is something, a little bit of homework you need to do. First, ask yourself, do I love myself? Because if you love yourself, then only you can start understanding how to love. And what is the way to love yourself? The first and foremost thing is to understand that in this life, when we get born on this earth, we need to have true love. Marriage is a symbol of true love, and most of us are looking for that true love. Now, how are you going to find it? By first connecting with our own heart and our own soul. Now, how are you going to connect with it? Yes, that is the question. Now, in my book, I have a chapter which is called Mind, Body, Heart and Soul. I show you the diagram that this body, as you can see now in the picture, is consisting of your mind, body, heart and soul. Now, you see, your mind has to be connected to your soul. Now, how do we get the mind to connect to the soul? By saying to yourself that I vow to have sex and marriage with my soulmate only. Now, once you take that vow, that's a commitment. Now you have to stand by yourself that I am going to give myself true love from my partner, and I can only look for that person who is going to give me true love. But how do you look for that? So first we're going to find the connection between your mind, body, heart and soul. Now, when we think of casual sex, or when we're thinking of say just jumping into bed with someone, you are actually just following your sexual urges. You are not following your heart. Now, how do you follow your heart? That's when my book, The Knowledge of Love and Healing, comes very handy. You start reading it and it will open up your mind into various avenues of your own your own desires, the way you think, the way you want to love, the way you want to find yourself in this world. And as you plod along and as you trod along, then you will feel very confident. You won't have your friends mocking you, saying, oh, you're not having sex today, or you don't have a boyfriend. All these things will no longer matter to you. And when they don't matter to you, then you are connected directly with your heart and you're able to flow in that direction, which will take you towards your soulmate. And that's what we have to find. Now, we come to the second part of how to recognize your soulmate. This is not a tricky situation. This is actually very simple. Because when you vow to have sex and marriage with your soulmate only, what are you doing? you are directing your mind, your heart and your soul where? Towards the vibrations of your soulmate. And believe me, the arranged marriage system, they thought it was something to be condemned. But it's not something to be condemned. Because what are the parents doing? The parents are saying, I want to find that person whom God has made for my child, so that my child can have a blissful marriage. Now when we're looking into the divorce rate, which is 80% in England and most probably 75% in America, and now in India, where it's also, we are all the time seeing divorces taking place. Is that a pleasant thing to happen? That means somewhere down the line, you have not been able to connect with your partner on the heart level and the soul level. Now, if we find a lustful marriage, then what's going to happen in that lustful marriage? How are we going to get out of it? We're going to get emotionally damaged. And when you get emotionally damaged, that's when you need the knowledge of healing. So in my book, which is called The Knowledge of Love and the Knowledge of Healing, you need both. So if you've got emotionally damaged, or somewhere down the line, some friends of yours have been sort of telling you that, okay, something's wrong with you, you've not had sex yet, you reached 25 and you're still a virgin, this is not done, you're not modern, then you're going to get emotionally damaged just by hearing that. And how do you sort of keep your confidence on you? Just read the book called The Knowledge of Love and Healing. Now this has been divided into 3 volumes. We have volume 1, then we have volume 2, and we have volume 3. Now all 3 volumes will help you to connect to your mind, body, heart and soul in the correct manner. And when you connect in the correct manner, that's when you will never feel that what anybody is saying to you, he or she is correct, because now you have the knowledge of love and you have the knowledge of healing. So who's in control of their life? You are in control. You are in control of your mind, you are in control of your body, and you are in control of your soul. Now what is this body that we are born with? It is called in my book, the temple of your soul. Now when you consider this body as a temple of your soul, then what you sort of magnifying yourself into? You're magnifying yourself into that personality that I and my body are very, very important to me. And I want to be treated with respect. I want this body to be loved. And if you want it to be loved, then you've got to find true love. Now many people say, oh, I've been living in this horrible state. Through marriage, let me find somebody who perhaps can get me a British passport or who is an American citizen. Let me go for that. Let me get out of India. Now, what you've turned your marriage into? You've turned your marriage into some kind of a institution that can provide you with what you don't have. But what is the most important thing in a marriage? It's love. So when you make a comparison of love with the green card or with the British passport, there is no comparison. Yes, you will feel very, very happy that you're in love, perhaps with the British passport or the green card, and you're very happy to attain those things and that you have achieved those things in your life. Fine, good, very happy. But what about love? Then you've lost out on love. And eventually, that love of the passport, or that love of a better lifestyle with a beautiful car and some jewelry or a beautiful house, you have actually lost out on true love. You don't feel that divinity. And what is divine love? Divine love is the purity of that love, that you're only looking for your true love. And all these other things actually have no meaning. Now, many people have said that my divorce took place because, yes, at that time I wanted a British passport, so I went in for it. But later on, I faked it. I thought, this is it. Let me go on loving the person whom I have got it through. But for how long can your heart fake it? Once the joy of getting that thing, that British passport or the green card or a beautiful car, that's called lustful love. And once that desire is over, or it's reached a point of time where you have, sort of felt that this is, I want something more than this, because you achieved it, then the marriages begin to break. And when the marriages begin to break, the people who really suffer in that marriage are the children. So where is the society leading to? We are talking of the divorce rate going 80%. Do we want to follow that? The second part of the book and the third part of the book deals with your sexual urges, where your sexual urge is taking you to. This is another phenomenon which we will talk about in our next episode. Thank you very much for listening to me, and I hope you will read the book and find yourself not lost in this world, but truly grounded and hoping to find that soulmate of yours and true love. You will definitely find it. Thank you very much.